This is KSUT Public Radio. Regional news is next. As the government shutdown drags on, national parks are still being propped open, but they're not collecting entrance fees. As the Mountain West News Bureau's Rachel Cohen reports, concerns are growing about the long-term consequences.
The Trump administration is keeping parks open using recreation fees collected at entrances or campgrounds before the shutdown began. That pool of money is covering basic services like trash pickup and restrooms. But Emily Dowse with the National Parks Conservation Association says that's not what those funds are for.
They are for restoring campgrounds or restoring trails or doing deferred maintenance on facilities. That was what they're intended for.
The Government Accountability Office found it was illegal to use those fee dollars to keep parks running during the 2018-2019 shutdown. And Dowse worries draining these funds now could put future projects and maintenance at risk. Her organization estimates it could be costing $1 million a day to keep parks running this way. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Rachel Cohen.
Fallout continues after Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren attempted to fire the tribe's top financial officer a few weeks ago. As Gabriel Pietro Razio reports for the Mountain West News Bureau, regional leaders of the vast nation that spans parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah are signaling growing disapproval with Nygren's administration.
So far, at least 2 of the 5 regional agencies representing nearly half of the tribe's population have passed no-confidence votes in Nygren and his estranged vice president, Rochelle Montoya.
Take me out of the equation, Rochelle Montoya. Don't worry about me.
She's even willing to leave office.
And if this is how we are going to be able to protect our people, then this is how it has to be.
But some have called on Montoya to lead, urging the council to suspend Nygren and install her as the tribe's first female president.
And I'm prepared to do that.
As for Nygren, he doesn't plan on stepping down. Citing a previous recall effort, he says those same organizers are now campaigning for no-confidence resolutions across the 110 tribal chapter houses. Gabriel Pietrorazio, KJZZ News, Phoenix.
In Idaho, the Department of Agriculture has turned to spraying copper chemicals in its efforts to get rid of invasive quagga mussels. For the Mountain West News Bureau, Jamie Geary reports on the risky plan from the Snake River near Twin Falls.
There's only one molluscicide approved by the EPA. That's a copper chemical called Natrix. The State Department of Agriculture has created a custom underwater sprinkler system that goes after quagga mussels by coating riverbeds in Natrix. From a boat in the Snake River, the department's Lloyd Knight points out hoses running under rock shelves and waterfalls.
It's the difference between like an automatic sprinkler head where it fans out and irrigating with a hose. You know, if you're watering your lawn, if you have something that distributes that out in a different kind of mist, if you will, you're going to cover a lot more area.
The treatment costs about $3 million, and it harms local wildlife. The first quagga treatment back in 2023 resulted in about 3,500 fish deaths. But West Bishop, an algal scientist with Natrix's creator CPRO, says that damage is worth it to prevent a full quagga infestation, not just in the Snake River, but throughout the Columbia River Basin.
Whether it's the trout, whether it's the salmon industry downstream, whether it's the organisms in this section here, if the quagga got established, it would have choked them out anyway.
Research published by the National Academy of Scientists shows that when the mollusk infests the bottom of lakes and rivers, it can become up to 90% of that ecosystem. It also clogs hydropower pipelines, causing hundreds of millions of dollars in infrastructure damage. The department killed about half of the quagga mussels detected in the Snake River last fall, but total eradication is the goal. If even one microscopic pair of male and female mussels remain, they can quickly reproduce and coat the river bottoms again. Jamie Geary, Boise State Public Radio News.
Since 2016, the city of Boulder has shared a sister city relationship with Nablus, a Palestinian city in the West Bank, about 30 miles north of Jerusalem. Now community members in Colorado are working to raise funds for a fire truck for Nablus. For the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Coalition, KGNU's Abby O'Brien spoke with Joy Barrett from the Boulder Nablus Sister City Project about the effort and what the relationship between the two cities represents.
First of all, our mission is one of supporting citizen diplomacy, where we introduce people from one culture to people of another. So we've had exchanges over the years of people from Nablus coming here, including yoga teachers and musicians. And we've had people from Boulder going to Nablus, and that has included several members over the last decade of our city council over the years. Our early projects involved giving olive tree saplings to the communities within the Nablus Governorate, and that was to replace destroyed 1,000-year-old olive trees. We also have participated in a program to provide music scholarships for students in Nablus to go to a local music school. We decided to provide an incubator to a neonatal intensive care unit, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago. To date, that had been our largest expenditure in terms of a project for the people of Nablus. Then we asked people of Nablus what they would like next, and they said they would like to have an ambulance to help transport people from Oscar refugee camp, but the outpouring from the people of Colorado and also people beyond was tremendous. And the ambulance was delivered last year. We sometimes get reports from the use of the ambulance and how it has saved lives. So we're really excited about the effects of the gift that we were able to give to the people of Oscar within Nablus, and it's thanks to the outpouring. When the ambulance was near completion and well on its way, Boulder Nablus Sister City folks looked at the next need that we could make our project priority. And the people of Nablus and Oscar asked us if there's a possibility we could build a medical clinic in a building that they would provide. As it turns out, the clinic run by the United Nations had been forced to shut down, and it was located in Oscar, and the other clinic in Oscar is open very limited hours. So we took on the project of outfitting a medical clinic called the Boulder Oscar Medical Clinic, and that will open in just a few days.
I understand you're now fundraising for a fire truck. Can you tell me why that fire truck is so important?
The fire truck is important for a couple of reasons. The first is that the old fire truck that Nablus was using is 53 years old, and the repairs are significant at this point in its age and its use. But the other reason is that the old city of Nablus has very narrow streets. I always describe the streets as just a little wider than maybe a Volkswagen van, and yet it has to be specially equipped to serve as a fire truck. So we took that project on. People are excited to provide a fire truck for the city of Nablus, and right now we are $46,000 approximately on our way to a goal of $110,000.
That was KGNU's Abby O'Brien speaking with Joy Barrett of the Boulder Nablus Sister City Project. And that report was shared with us via the Rocky Mountain Community Radio Coalition, a network of public media stations in Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and New Mexico, including KSUT. Support for local and regional news on KSUT Public Radio comes from the Colorado Housing and Finance Authority.
Support for public policy reporting comes from the Gay and Lesbian Fund for Colorado, promoting programs designed to ensure all Coloradans have the same opportunity to thrive. More information is online at gayandlesbianfund.org.